So in regard to representation of women in film, this is one film that's came out recently. Since its release, it has received a lot of backlash due to its main actor, Blake Lively. Can you tell me a little about that?
Well, it's a strange scenario because this is a film about issues around harassment and relationship between genders and harassment. And the really odd thing is that what then spilled out in, as it were, real life seemed to mirror what was happening in the film, and a lot of abuse targeted at Blake Lively, and she fell out with her director and co-star, who was the same person. And I think it sort of brings to a head questions about what happens when sometimes you have a strong female presence, or indeed often, of course, female directors in films, and the way that the goalposts seem to have changed over the last few decades. And I suppose the question is, would we be having the same story if it was about a man rather than about a female actor?
Yeah, because a lot of the backlash that she's received has been on her behaviour not being very nice. She's been, as we were discussing earlier on, a mean girl. She's been described for little things, but it does make you wonder really what the other side of that would be if she was a man. Do you think that these films or films like this, issues like this, has the power to change society? I mean, art is vital across society. Do you think that it has the power to change things?
I think when you look at the evolution over the years, because I remember when we had the death recently of Gene Hackman, and when Sharon Stone played the lead in a Western, The Quick and the Dead. Now, this was back in the 1990s, and it was seen to be pretty groundbreaking at the time. But in that case, it was very much the conventions of a male Western, but with a female taking the part. What I would say is that over the years, we've seen this sea change, so that you've got films like, well, Boys Don't Cry is a really good example, when it's not a man's film, like a superhero film, where you then have a female playing that role. On the contrary, you've got issues very specific to representation around equality, justice, issues around trans rights, gender, civil rights issues, and you saw that with Boys Don't Cry. I mean, even if you have that Oscar winning for Hilary Swank, a few years before that, you had Jodie Foster in The Accused, which was also based on a real life case. And again, sort of films that I think don't just entertain you, they make you think, what is it that's going on in society at large? And what are the things that films should be doing to actually bring to the fore what the role of women in film can be?
Thank you so much, Chris.
Absolute pleasure.